Hey guys, this is a video specifically on soil for you friends out there who are setting up your raised bed vegetable garden for the first time. And this is a really fun place for you guys to be at. It's a lot of hard work, what lies ahead, but it's the fun and fragrant part, and it's really rewarding. And this is probably the biggest investment of time and money and hard work. So enjoy it. You know, you'll just probably do it once like this. And so if you have other ideas on things you want to talk about, questions you have, please let me know however you wish to let me know that. I was thinking about doing one on irrigation because I think drip irrigation is really important for raising vegetables in the desert. Somebody had suggested, a couple people have suggested something on shade cloths or protection for existing plants through the hot summer, and that sounds good to me. But this is for you guys, so and I can point you to more expert resources. I can talk about what I've done and what I've observed really works, and really want to support your efforts in growing your food in Tucson or Southern Arizona. Okay, so I'll show you what I use, and we have some good options that don't cause additional harm to the environment. For example, there's no need for using peat moss in the desert for sure. It doesn't grow naturally here. And I can show you great alternatives to fertilizers and soil amendments that aren't from large chemical companies, that are organic and natural stuff. Let's see, so once you have picked your site and you find you can walk around it and it's where you want to be, maybe it's the only place you have, so we're just going to optimize it as best we can. Some people put newspaper along the bottom of their bed before they get started to act as a weed barrier. I think that's useful if grass or something nasty like that has grown there before. I did that, and then once you've done that, line it with landscape cloth. Landscape cloth keeps it in, basically, and it's a little tricky to get in. I stapled mine on the inside of my wooden planks inside of my bed. But that's a really useful thing. If you're not able to find it at the stores, I have some extra, let me know. And hopefully by now you have planned out your irrigation for the garden and know exactly where it's going to be and stuff, and determine the volume in cubic feet of your raised bed container space, and then you can get filling. What we'll talk about is a soil mix specific to raised bed vegetable gardens. It wouldn't be the same composition of soil that you would use if you were going to start some seeds in seed trays or for shrubs or trees. And once your plants are established or mature, that's when you're going to be amending your soil. So I'll show you in just a moment. Basically what we're aiming for is a 50-50 mix of Tank's potting soil and coconut chips. And this mix will give good aeration, drainage, and water retention in your soil and enable your vegetables to grow healthy roots and reach down and allow nutrients to move throughout. Coconut coir is a byproduct of the processing of coconuts for like milk or coconut meats or coconut water. There are 3 different grades or like grits of it. What we're going to choose is the largest one, and it's usually different brands refer to it as the chips. And so let me show you what we got. So this is what I make up my soil with, and I do a 50-50 mix of the chips grade coconut fiber and this Tank's potting mix. And the potting mix already is a blend of coconut peat, which is the finest grade of coconut fiber, and compost. So it's got some nutritional benefit already. And this stuff comes in 10-pound blocks, and I put it in a wheelbarrow that's pretty watertight with a few gallons of water, and it will reconstitute it to
2.5 cubic feet of coconut fiber. And once you've drained the water off of that and reused that somehow, you can mix these two things together. It's good to wait till that's fairly dry to mix it. Pouring it, just put it directly in your garden and start mixing it with your shovel. And that would be the moment to add your fertilizer. And I like this stuff, this Dr. Earth, specifically for vegetable fertilizer. Of course, it's organic stuff made of like fish meal and bone meal and stuff, all byproducts of the industry there. And I like the inch by inch worm castings right here. And for both of those things, I would just follow the directions and mix it in based on the recommended cubic feet of soil that you're working with. So this would probably be the last time in a while that you would be mixing your soil completely. Once your plants are mature and established, you would need to amend the soil again probably. And so it's been recommended to me to use this stuff. And that was some years ago, and I really like this stuff. This Happy Frog is very similar to that, with a slightly different mix of chemicals or nutrients. This stuff I also use on shrubs and in my pots and stuff, and even a couple of trees. Some people like seaweed extract or kelp extract. That's good for certain types of plants to help them bloom and get started, like strawberries, tomatoes, and peppers. I've just used it on peppers. But from this point on, once you get your plants established, you're just going to be amending your soil from the top and scratching it in the first few inches. And so once you've got, backing up again, once you've got your soil all mixed up with the chips and the soil and the fertilizer, then just drag your rake across the top so the surface is very smooth, and lay out your irrigation tubing, and then you are ready to go with your plants or seeds.